Free more. Take it or leave it. William Hovey Smith, 2024. Can you resist it? If you owned a Craftsman lawnmower of very similar age that you were working on and trying to get running as a hunting assist vehicle, and here's one complete and free that may indeed have problems, but just for parts, certainly the price is right. So it's 90 miles away from where I live, so I'm going to have to go get a trailer and get it. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and we are now at stage 2 of our vehicle recovery program. This lawnmower has every appearance of having been used on a small Atlanta house lot, and from the look of it, just has not been run for some years. But it's intact and all the parts are there. I was faced with a choice of leave it or go get it. Well, the price is right, it's free. So, well, I'm going to go get it. If I cannot restore it to running condition, at least I will have the parts, including a very good looking mower deck, which mine actually is pretty well shot. So on that stage alone, I'm going to retrieve it. This is a high lift jack which I bought 50 years ago nearly, and have been using it a lot ever since. Time was I could just lift this trailer, but the last time I tried it, it collapsed on the top of this foot and pretty well scraped it down to the toe, leaving a very nasty looking foot wound. And for a diabetic like me, that's serious. And so it is still being treated from an injury I suffered, nearly a week ago now or better. And will continue to be treated probably for the next 2 or 3 weeks before it's finally healed. But it's coming along well. But I now have some steel-toed boots on. Once bit, twice shy. So we shall proceed. Now that the end of the trailer hitch here, the receptor is above the ball, if I can pull it over this way a little bit, right about maybe there. Okay. Okay, and it is right where it needs to be. So we have the trailer right down on the ball itself. So now all we need to do is just lash it in there and attach the chains and we're good to go. Although the Craftsman is lighter than some, I can't push it on board this trailer by myself, or any of my other lawnmowers for that matter. And so I have this winch. Now I used it recently and recharged the battery, but not since I towed the last lawnmower. But it sounds good and strong, so I'm good to go. Well, we have successfully accomplished stage 3. And we have it loaded on our trailer. with help from some friends. So now we can get it home and see what we can do with it. Worth the time, gas money, effort, or not? Support this channel by buying my outdoor books, business books, novels, and recommending them to your local libraries. One thing I was particularly interested in is the deck. And the deck on my old Craftsman is completely worn through, but this one is not. And they are interchangeable. And the engine here is missing the carburetor portions, which I can do, I believe. And we will see what we can salvage from it. Plus, the top is useful. So these are in good shape. So, home she goes. We did have one problem with that wheel, and it needed a dose of Fix-A-Flat. The wheels will not turn, so something is amiss with the transmission, etc., etc. But we'll get into that at a later stage. Come the next morning, we are all snarfed up and ready to move. Harold really wants to drive, but I don't really trust her in Atlanta traffic. Although the lawnmower is free, it costs me probably about $75 worth of gas to come up to Atlanta and back and get it. My trip home includes a stop at Bella Vista 2. Where we pick up an interesting tamale that I'll show you in a bit when I get home. Bella Vista 2 is located in Conyers, just west of I-20 at 1373 Iris Drive, southeast. Well, here is my lunch. Calls this a tamale, but it's known as something else in the Hispanic world. Now this doesn't look like and isn't your Taco Bell tamale. But, now this makes a full meal for one guy. So you don't want to go there and buy two of them for sure. You'll never be able to finish it. Or at least I'm not. I'll probably not even finish this one. And it comes with a sauce. And as you dig into it and through the cornmeal, you get more and more of the pork. We have arrived at home with our lawnmower and accessory stuff. I didn't know about it when I saw it on the road, but lawnmower came with this, and that, which are all bagger attachments. Now I do not own a lawnmower with a bagger. Well, looks like I do now. The lawnmower doesn't run, but the bagger will fit on my older Craftsman here, which does run. So that's a plus, and is worth something. So if I hook it up with a bagger, yeah, I can use it during leaf season, and to good effect, I believe. Now it also came with a manual. Whoa. What guy keeps a manual for a lawnmower that's 20 years and better old? Well, this guy did. Whoa. So, that was really significant. Also, the Mower deck here is solid. And so far as I can see, very little used. He cut a small piece of lawn and had all this gear to do it. And this machine apparently has very few hours in use on it. The engine, which we'll look at more tomorrow in another second video, is a little smaller engine than the one I have on my lawnmower that I've been working on, but I suspect will bolt up to exactly the same holes. That may be salvageable. Our next step is going to be hook a battery to it and see if we can get any life out of it. I'm going to add a little more oil just so I don't bind up the engine. It has a trace in it, but not enough to talk about. So, how did we do for our $75 or $100 investment? Well, we have a nearly new and serviceable seat here. Replace the one that's on it that is torn. The hood, I need brackets from the front of it, although it would fit exactly in the lawnmower I've got. The mower deck is exactly the same size as is on the other lawnmower, so I see no reason why it wouldn't be different. The steering mechanism here is tighter than the one on the lawnmower I've been working on, so I can replace that. And if you bought these online, yeah, you would be talking about, who knows, maybe $800 worth of stuff. And it cost me $100. So, yeah, all told, I think I did real good. So we'll be working on this in coming weeks. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. Watch for the next episode. Will it run?